Hey guys, welcome. It's North Star Ball. We have been gone for a long time and we are sorry. We've had a shutdown in Minnesota, so the card game enthusiasm has kind of been dying down as we haven't been able to really go to anything
Oh
or
no.
honestly play in much. We had our webcam events for our store qualifiers. We had two of our three. Our last one isn't for another month here. But Minnesota is doing live and well in terms of the community being around and ready to get here for set 12. So we're going to have a roundtable discussion. This is kind of something new for us. We're kind of looking at it. They released all of this product in like a day. All of the news came out in a single day. And my picture is going all over the place, but that's fine. Um, Yeah, they
Yeah,
dropped. I'm pretty sure all five colors in one day, with like most of the cards for those colors, like
just
all of red
about.
and black, and then like 20 of each of the others.
Yeah, and then like the next they did like what, two colors a week for a little bit. And for some
Yeah, it was.
reason I'm frozen and Jake's frozen,
Yep,
but you're
I'm
not
good.
frozen. What is going on?
I don't know.
Weird, weird. Boom.
Anywho, I mean, this will be our very first try with webcams as opposed to just voices, so we actually get to see who's
Hence the
who's
technical
talking.
difficulties.
And we have Jake back.
Yay.
For like the
Jake,
second time.
I mean, hey, you were here for I think set 10 red.
Yeah, something around there.
Um, but
Yeah,
I mean, anything helps, man. We always like having our boys back in. I mean, if we were to start making North Star Bar jersey, you would expect one,
I mean, did have something to do with the logo, I think, or something.
something like that.
Yeah.
And you're definitely part of the church.
But
Oh,
yeah.
bringing up the church. All right, I fixed it. We're not frozen.
Hey, look
Cool.
at that.
Cool, cool, cool. All right.
Said-
So yeah, we get faces to our thing now. I got a webcam finally for Christmas. It's great. And I was like, why not get Streamlabs and make this fancy? You know? So yeah,
Now we can just stream and tap games.
yeah, that too. So as Dan was saying, a lot came out at once. Minnesota shut down, and our drive for games was kind of like, because we can't play and talk. But also so much information all at once, which is kind of a like, what do you say, like,
It's a lot to digest.
yeah,
And especially this set, these are paragraph
Oh
cards,
my
like
gosh, yeah.
2 paragraphs per card, because they have these really simple effects that are all repeated, but they have so much text to try to like cover all their bases until they know how to shorten it.
yeah, maybe more keywords, but
I was wondering if some of these effects would just kind of dwindle down into some keywords like things have before, like unique.
that was
It
probably one of the
probably
best
just takes more
ones.
time.
hmm
Um,
Uh,
so I mean, we can kind of just get right into it. Today we're talking set 12 round table, kind of more archetypal talks, and then maybe like mentioning specific cards and the way it affects previous decks. Um, Definitely going to talk about the ban lists, things that went right, things that could have gone better. Um, and then I guess maybe just like maybe a meta outlook. I'm not sure that set 12 will shake everything up, but there are going to be certain things that the ban list affects, and then Bandai seems to be sticking with best of one, so that's going to make a pretty big difference. Obviously, because we have our first best of one slash best of three only banned card.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting, but pretty nice.
Mhm.
So I guess we'll just get through some cards. Red, we got launch finally. That's exciting, right? Fan
It's
favorite.
really cool. You designed a leader that was pretty close to this.
Yeah, just like you see, there's no awaken ability on her auto. She just has an auto where she
Yes.
just flips. So you just like both sides. You just keep flipping. First leader to not No, second leaders, I guess, because wish leaders couldn't. But launched cannot use heartfelt plea, which is
Mm-hmm.
a red powerhouse. Um, but really interesting where she uses the life flipping mechanic. So she also is a 5K on the front side, so like other Earthlings. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
But a
I think
combo draw
she's.
card.
I mean, I think she's got the most consistent life flip aside from maybe like Turles, but he flips your opponent's life. So I think in terms of that aspect of it, she's going to be really well off because her natural game plan is to combo cards and draw, and all of her cards are like, hey, when you combo, then flip over life, as opposed to like when you play it or when you take damage with Frieza.
Yep.
Yep.
Just,
Very reminiscent of Hercule of Days of Old, but
if only
still
if it
pretty quick.
wasn't once per turn draw card, but I can see the balancing a little bit.
Yeah,
Cause she's still a 10K
because
on the backside.
yeah, and later you'll see there's the one drop Bulma, which I think if you combo with her, you draw a card. So there's more draw within the whole
Mm-hmm.
launch engine. Um, yeah, I think the 10K 5K is balanced, but being on your 5K side can kind of hurt you a bit when you go hard in and try to draw a lot from her effect. You're like, oh, I flipped to my front side, I can draw, but now I'm a 5K leader.
Hmm.
Yeah, it seems like the intention is that when you're on your backside, you're basically a 10K, and then when you're on your front side, you're basically a 20K. Because you get the when it attacks, choose something and -5. So either you can remove something or you can just -5 their leader.
Or Unison too. That
Or
helps.
Unison, yep.
That definitely helps versus the lower powered ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I see a lot of people going red green at early testing because of the Chichi. If you combo a draw card, if you have two
Mm-hmm.
green, red green multicolor cards, that's really interesting to see. And comboing is very leads easily into arrival
Mm-hmm.
strategies.
Hmm.
So I
Red
think,
green still has like the strongest arrivals for just like the red color.
hmm and then
Yeah,
we
and
got the new
Piccolo,
green one too.
good
Uh,
stuff.
Yeah.
mhm. Cool. So launch cool. King Piccolo. Finally got a King Piccolo leader. I believe I called this in my in our my set 12 prediction
So,
video like 5 months ago. So check
hmm
that out if you haven't on the YouTubes. Um, very interesting. He you start the game with 6 life and is a 10K on the front, so that's normal. Has Awakened and it uses Namekian Demon Clan tag, which is cool. But red Namekian or Demon Clan, so no fancy Garlic Junior shenanigans. Red yellow.
I don't get this deck. This seems so bad. Like so
Yeah.
bad. Uh like you so for those that weren't in set 8, like we have some of the people in the chat that are like MN locals that didn't play in set 8. Set 2 Life Awakening sounds hard enough as is because you put yourself at Champa risk all the time, but triple strikes happen like
Yeah.
all the time. Like I've lost a lot of baby games and won a lot of baby games by just triple striking them before they could awaken, and then they don't get the draw, they don't get the restand, and then obviously they don't get the 5K power boost. And this leader just starts at 7 and then awakens at 2.
Starts at 6.
Or two life
Sorry,
flip
sorry,
face
yeah,
up.
Or two cards place up.
So
Yeah.
it's like turn 2 when you swing, right? So swing
hmm
twice, put 2 demon clans in play or Namekians in play in your life, then you awaken. And then the awaken side is it's not bad. Like choose 3 red cards in hand, place in your life face up. So you just put like you just set up your whole combo like instantly.
I mean, you do get the consistency of placing them there, but I don't think the red Namekians they've shown off are strong enough to warrant building an entire deck around and giving up as many deck slots as you would have to for this. Um, I think it's kind of running into that Trunks problem where you just have so much that you're trying to put over there, and then the second that they're just like in your hand, they're just dead. And on top of that, like I said, they just aren't good enough cards. The only one that's like really good is the TP Piccolo Junior from like childhood.
Hmm because he's double strike blocker, comes out really early.
For free, negate for
Yeah.
free,
Oh yeah,
20k
yeah,
double strike
negate too.
blocker.
It's a really interesting card. I am thinking I just need to see the deck and actually like play it because it's hard to do untap with the life flip,
Hmm.
and we haven't
Mhm.
had locals open a proxy game anything. So us at North Star Ball are unfortunate where we can't test as we want with these until we get them in hand.
Yeah, be interesting to see in person though.
Right. That's
They'll be very fun decks.
oh yeah. Because to be fair, King Piccolo Saga is like the best, one of my favorite arcs in all of Dragon Ball. So it's really fun to
So
watch.
very good.
Fun to see him.
I
I'm sorry, you go, Dane.
I was gonna say I think it's cool that we're just getting more King Piccolo stuff. He's kind of like the only Dragon Ball villain that really more fits in with the Z villains, Z and Super and stuff. He's like actually evil. He does damage to the main group. He is trying to be a bad person and use the Dragon Balls. And then we just didn't get anything for him, and he was like kind of just generically lumped in with Namekian support,
Yeah, that was gross. It like wasn't
which
even good
was
support.
yeah, it was all bad.
Like
So this is really neat. I wish they didn't done something with the old SR.
yeah, that
Yeah,
card is cool. Double strike, restand, really fun. Like comes out really early. Double striker, like turn 3 at back at the day. It was fun, but it's good to see him get like a leader and stuff. We'll just breeze through the rest of the red because literally it's Earthling, Demon Clan. Those are the two archetypes in this set. Um,
Both of which play from life.
yeah,
So it's just
Launch has a lot of flipping her life and then like playing stuff and resetting them, where Piccolo puts cards from hand into life. So he doesn't really flip them like how Launch does, but Piccolo will put them in play and you get to set it up however you please.
Piccolo definitely has less flexibility in his deck building. You would have
Right.
to include like minimum 20 Demon Clan and Namekians just to make it worth running.
Oh, we'll take a look. So Bulma, Unison, this is meant for launch if your leader's Red Earthling. And with only 10,000 power less, so the backside of Hercule and Launch, if once like the other ones are awakened, they're not 10k anymore, they're 15, so like doesn't matter. No rejuvenation skill. We'll get to that in a bit. But it's pretty solid one cost Unison, I think, though.
I have to disagree. I don't understand it. Like it just has I think it just has too much riding on um like your opponent not just killing her. So one drop that only gains +1 a turn, and then she's intentionally a blocker. Like she immediately goes down to 1. Um this reminds me a lot of Supreme Kai for Trunks, where
Mm-hmm.
like she's like required for the archetype to do what it wants, but the card itself is just not doing it fast enough and has no protection.
yeah. I think it just allows you to flip more cards in your life, so that one you can see them, and two, if you're playing specifically launch, to just draw cards. That's all she really wants to do is draw, draw, draw.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Uh, Piccolo Jr. We get our first rejuvenate keyword. For those who don't know, you remove X markers from the card, and actually, he doesn't have the ability to. He doesn't have the part where you have to remove a card underneath it, right? That's the other ones.
No,
Uh, isn't that like part of rejuvenate
It would
as
say
a
in this
keyword?
first
no,
set. I think
I don't think.
rejuvenate just says like pay costs, add top card of your deck to your life,
Yeah,
Hmm.
face down.
I mean that's also not a really big deal. Like I don't know the removing a card from underneath. You can just stack unisons on top of each other. So like,
Yeah,
Hmm.
who cares?
Well, there's also that
Um,
super combo cycle in here too.
yeah,
yeah. I don't think those will see any play though because they just require that you have a unison in play, and that means like if your opponent KOs your unison, you just don't get super combos, which is
Yeah.
bad.
Hmm.
But
Uh,
Piccolo Jr. I think he's pretty solid.
I think this card is great. I very much dislike it as a blue player
Hmm.
who uses a lot of counters. Um, I think this basically becomes red's default. Jiren is still so good. This and Jiren are like in contention for your default red unison.
I could see that. Yeah.
Red is an aggro color, and so it's like when you're just like gonna play it, red gets this fixes the hand size problem, and it fixes the fault of red where it kind of like folds when your opponent has the right amount of negates.
Right. Let's peep
So,
the SPR real quick too.
oh,
I think it's also really nice to point out that the Bardock, was it cunning strategic mind. That's it.
strategic
Strategic
mind.
mind.
Yeah, yeah. That 25-cent card that I told you all to get is now like what, $5 because of this combo where you play him. You go turn two, Piccolo Jr. +1. Turn three, drop Bardock, put three markers on it. You get to
Oh no,
rejuvenate and blow up the board. It's pretty
it's
good.
expensive because of King Piccolo, the unison from Giant
Nah,
Force
nah, nah,
in
nah. It
Bulma.
was this too. This got called out
Did
and
it?
it bumped up.
I mean, for sure it helps.
I don't
I
think.
just think the burn is so strong.
Right, right. I brought that up in our group. I don't know if I've seen it actually played in the Bulma deck. I know Anthony when we in our
Anthony was
locals
playing it.
was he
Yeah.
playing it? I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
He played it for the Dreamers one.
Yeah, cause I know he last second added it in that day. Wait, I have his deck list. I can look.
Yeah.
Haha.
I think it's fine. How do you guys feel about Rejuvenate in general?
I
I
think
think
it's a bit too slow.
right now it is. I agree.
Yeah.
I think it can be very strong though. All
I
right, he is playing
I
some.
I agree with both of those statements. It's super slow right now, and I think it needs to stay slow because this is the kind of effect that
Yeah.
breaks games.
Yep.
Members?
It's a high cost for a high effect. Like everyone was asking for the Mechans to have life gain in general, but they kind of give it to everyone. And life gain is kind of a crazy thing, so it kind of has to have a high cost in order to pull it off.
Right. Um, yeah, I agree. It's the cost. You have to like what? Pick the Piccolo Jr. for example, remove two markers, and then remove another two markers to get the effect.
Yeah, so well, but all the other rejuvenates are just like rejuvenate minus or like remove four markers just as like its own keyword.
Hmm.
It's not part of an effect. So this Piccolo specifically has to activate its minus and use the rejuvenate skill if
Yeah.
they choose. So
Yep,
like
that's what I mean. It's so expensive because that's four. I guess it's not that bad on a red card because they get to add
add
markers.
markers.
So removing four is not terrible, but it just
Yeah.
seems pretty good.
I mean, this and yellow seem like the two that will actually get rejuvenate off. I just don't see blue or green getting it off very often.
Hmm.
But we'll see.
Yeah. We just keep going through
A lot of
things.
generic, yeah, a lot of generic effects
Look
coming
at
up.
that. I like this art. It's really good. This is the boss monster for launch, so it plays itself from your life if it's flip face up for two. I think it's one, it is flip face up, the auto goes pending, and I think there's a lot of the Earthlings in this set do that, right?
Hmm.
Top of my head.
Yeah,
Um,
there's like three or four of these. There's like a blocker, a crit, and a
mhm.
dual and a double striker, and then the Goku has the insane auto that counter reverse Broly does, but
Yeah,
this
deal
card only
damage.
costs two as opposed to four.
Yeah, and the life flipping, like if you run the Bulma or the other Earthlings that will flip life, you can run this in the Yamcha, burn them for two. Like it's not
Just
well
for
if you're 10k, I think the Bulma is, but I think there's other cards that flip life. So this life
yeah,
flipping isn't stuck in launch. It's just launch was
easiest in launch because
yeah
she has the super rare.
yeah she was built around it. So that's cool.
Hmm.
Um, like yeah, Goku, they all have unique Earthling. This is the super combo rejuvenate cycle, the 2 0 10 15k. Um,
Small note back on Rejuvenate, if I may.
yeah, yeah,
I
we
did
on
I
it.
did look it up. And Rejuvenate is an activate main keyword skill that can be activated by placing a card from beneath the card activating Rejuvenate in its owner's drop area and paying the skill cost. So I think
Oh,
even with
Okay.
Piccolo, you'd still have to have a card underneath it, so a stacked unison to even do the Rejuvenate part of it.
let me go back to him real quick. Does he have a way to put stuff under him, or
No, I think there might be some of the cards in the archetype that do that though.
Yeah,
yeah, I think the Demon Clan like symbol and stuff do. Oh, sorry. And the super combo like this guy. Billy goes red, you
Yeah.
have red unison play, combo draw one, then choose one of your red unison cards with rejuvenate skill text. So the Piccolo Jr. doesn't
yeah.
have the skill, but it's in the text until he gets the skill, but because it's in the text, he can be put underneath it.
I mean, I still don't. I just don't think these cards will see these super combos will see any play, solely because it's like you just remove their unison and then it turns off their super combos.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And these decks are very they're not very flexible in the amount of space, and so you're probably only running the 4 unisons that you're supposed to run and maybe like 2 high-end ones, and
Cause,
you're gonna use them to stack each other as well. So,
yeah,
might as well just run better super
if we
combos.
look at Yamcha, who's like the generic, he's also a 10, 15k, has a 0, 10 combo power already, and just draws 1/4 or less, which is like the old style.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Do the other ones I don't think the new ones require a life, right? They just require having the
the
unison
s-
in play?
the rejuvenation cycle, no, they do not. They just need a unison of the
Unison.
color in play and leader. So
That's pretty
I
cool.
think there's a black one, right? If there's a black
I
one
think
in
there
play,
is
that could be really good for like
Vegeta.
Vegex.
Yeah. So we keep
Okay.
going. We got the more Earthlings. They all do the same auto. They have different keywords: blocker, revenge, double strike. I think there's a critical Goku. Bulma helps with the 0, 10k power less, flipping life.
This
This
card is
launch,
bonkers.
this launch is great. Flipped, yeah, it's critical. And you played DKO battle card, like that's awesome. This one, it's like, we gotta go with the bunny girl, the hearts motif thing. Um,
And Ribrianne.
and Ribrianne. Oh yeah, yeah. Are they the same kind of hearts?
Not the exact same, but these ones are like the red hearts.
Yeah. So Red Earthling, 10k power less, so easily on unawakened sides, great for Hercule. Um, Hercule, Bulma, and Launch. I think those are the only three Red Earthling only with 10k power.
Well, or front side leaders,
Yep, well,
but
Earthling only. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It uses combo. You get to flip one card in your life, then you flip all of your cards face down. Then the
I mean,
activate battle is a good part.
this is yeah,
Red Earthling with 5,000 power, combo with this
it's
card from your drop. Ooh.
straight +2 draw
Yeah.
two.
And
Oh
it's not like if there are multiple launches in your drop, you can combo with multiple launches. So
yeah,
Yeah,
especially
actually,
going for game, it's nice.
and
shit.
the thing there is unfortunately it's like you do have to be on your front side, um, meaning like you better force a flip somehow if you're trying to go for game like that, which can be kind of tough. But regardless, I mean, it helps you not die. It sets up for your cards to all be played, and then I mean, it's clearly just there's a reason it's a super rare. It's because it's entirely required for the deck.
Mm-hmm. It's not like you have to be going in for game on your leader swing. As long as you're on your leader side or 5k leader side, you can go on a big
Mm-hmm.
piccolo swing or something and combo bunches from your drop.
Oh yeah, it doesn't say just on the leader. Your leader has to be 5k though, so that
Mm-hmm.
keeps
And
launch in
the unawakened side.
on awakened side.
So
I
cool.
wonder, are there ways outside that Go Tanks to minus your own leader? You know what I
The thing
mean?
about the Go tanks,
Because it
though,
pluses it.
I mean, there's like the Frieza extra card, Planet Vegeta's final
Oh yeah.
moments or last moments, but
It's very cheeky, but they're we
because
gotta
that's
say
not
everything.
that's
Hmm.
yeah.
Peel
Even
off
then,
game.
Go tanks doesn't. Go tanks always pluses your leader anyway, so.
Kind of shout out my peel off game quick because this is amazing that we got these vanillas plus this peel off that is a 2 cost, so he gets played off the other ones in set 10.
Yeah, but
It
his effect is only a played from hand.
Yeah, but the Vegito plays it from hand. The Shenron Unison plays it from hand. Um, and then this allows. Okay, this is the main reason. This allows the peel off machines, ostrich form and the big one to get played outside the peel off deck, because now we have
Mhm.
all these names in red, and you can put them in any Earthling deck. Red Earthling
That
only.
on its own is pretty strong just because 2 energy for two 10Ks and a 15K is pretty good.
Also in Bulma, you get 3 blockers that turns into more blockers. Pretty decent. And also a way to end the game with a triple attacker. Sorry.
Saiyan Scions with that
Okay,
make them 15Ks. It's possible.
possible.
Not always not always
Yeah.
going to be great, but
I
possible.
think there's a lot of potential here with the gang, because I love the gang. So, but I think this is really great
Yeah.
to have just in general, because mostly it was like the names. We needed more names for the deck, and we got some
Mhm.
good names vanillas. King Piccolo Boss Monster Deflect, which is always good. Double strike, dual attack. So they kept with the theme of him being super aggro. Um, and then very thematic when he's removed by a battle area by a skill or KO'd by a skill, so not even just an opponent skill. You play a Piccolo Junior from your life, cost 4 or less. Pretty decent.
I personally think this is really more of a barrier card than a deflect card, but that's just me.
No, no, you want it to die.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that's part of the problem is that it's like a 1 cost to play this really crazy card. And I don't know if you guys remember Successor, kind of a problematic keyword. That's basically what this is. It's like
Yeah,
sack
yeah.
a bunch of your red demon clans
But
and then play this for 1, and it
add up
can't
to
be touched.
40k. Yeah.
It can't be
Hmm.
touched, and then green is like the only one that's going to actually have an answer to removing it immediately, and then they just immediately play Piccolo Junior 40K. So it's like, or 4 or less. Um, so I'm not super. I'm sold that this card is insane. I am not super sold that it was a good design decision.
Doesn't it just straight up die to Frieza though? Charismatic villain.
Absolutely, but unfortunately, you just can't really say that that's what makes decks broken or not broken.
Yeah.
Right. Well, at least then it gets the fact to play the Piccolo Junior. You can play either the draft box super rare red green, which is pretty solid finishing card, but also you can
Mm.
play the TP 4 drop. That's pretty good too. The fact what was it like in the strategy page when they first brought up these cards? But didn't they say like a combo with the super rare from draft box? What was that combo?
That
I can't
that
remember
was
top of
the
my
one.
head.
Basically, they just wanted that to be like a hey, that's a pretty good target that you can pick with like as a red Namekian. Um, it's like fine. So, but I think you would just run that in the deck anyway, just because you're playing a red Unison and it's also a red Namekian. Like it just has uses in the deck, like versatility. So I think that's why you would play it, not necessarily just for that. The issue is that it leaves the turn at the end of the turn, no matter how you play it, because that's on an auto.
Right. All
Cool.
right.
This card also hits a life, by the way. So if you ever want to resolve this card, your leader is actually playing with 6 life as opposed to 7.
Woo. Um, Other King
Hmm.
Piccolo. This one evolves, costs 3 or less. So this is like I think this was the main one. This evolves On the Piccolo that
on the
would leave the from the draft box, but
yeah.
kind of like the pseudo
That's what I just
overrealm.
looked at it.
Yeah, I was trying to look that up too quick.
King Piccolo, the new ruler. So you throw him in, and then you evolve on top of him, boost everything, and then sack him off for the 6 drop.
Yep.
Not to mention the fact that he is a really strong tutor because it's straight from deck, and it's like every card in your deck is searchable off of this. So you can either grab another Unisons, though you can slide it under, or you can grab whatever Namekian or Demon Clan you actually want, 2 or less, and just take it.
Yep.
Actually, does it even say 4 or less? So 4 or less for the cards, for the battle cards.
Hmm.
All right. Next page, more King Piccolo. So these are the Demon Clan. I mean, oh wait. First off, this guy's great. I think because he actually tutors for a red unison cost 2.
So
We
good.
needed that like set 10.
Too bad the other cards it searches for
But not as
are
hot.
not very.
Just the red Namekian is good for the super rare from set draft box 6.
Mhm.
That yeah, but finally we got a decent tutor. I guess more of itself, but yeah. We got the demon clans. They all do about the same thing. Battle Discord using a combo from your life. Play it. They all have that effect, and I believe that's what your leader does, right? It combos from your life.
Mhm.
This is the one that symbol goes underneath the card with the rejuvenation in his card text.
Yeah.
Place any red demon clan. So he's the one that helps set that up. And
Yeah.
then drums a blocker barrier. And then piano is the rare. He has life and draw one card. He draws a card. Place new drop ballot, per opponent skill, play this card per drop. Skill's negated. He keeps coming back.
They're all pretty fine.
Hmm.
I think that's one of the big problems that what Piccolo is playing for free is not fine. It has a way better boss monster in endgame than launch, but launch just has the cards that you're playing out of life are like actually broken.
Right, like the
You know,
like the Goku and stuff. Or
one
the
energy 15k double strike or 15k crit.
draw a card, add one marker to unison. We'll see. Like this definitely will be fun. It kind of peel off esque, like swarm the board with 15Ks. We'll have to see. Master Roshi's Mafuba. This is what our fourth Mafuba now, something like that.
4
Yep.
heroes, regular, TNs, and Roshis.
Yep. And this is Red Earthling only, and it's basically exactly like old Mafuba, right? Yeah.
It's
Play
at
this
the
card.
end of your next turn.
So that's
So
one turn
Mafuba is the
plus.
end of your yeah. The regular Mafuba was the opponent's next turn. So this is more like the way that Mafubo is intended to be used is like remove cards that might have a problematic effect that turn, or maybe if their effect can't be negated or something. It's
Yeah.
just give up a little bit to have, it's a
One
one
turn
drop.
cheaper. And only battle card attack, of course. I think
Yeah,
this is pretty great for those Earthling
yeah,
decks.
big agree.
Oh, this is also like the key card you need. Attack of the Demon Clan, I think, right? Leader King
Hmm.
Piccolo, place one red Demon Clan. Bring your deck and your life face up. Combo with one red face of Demon Clan in your life to shuffle your deck. So, is this just like for one, you could just combo anything from your deck? Is that what it's saying, basically?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like it's still costs an energy and it's a -1. And as we saw, the cards that you're playing aren't insane.
Hmm.
It's like maybe a one at best you're playing like a 1 energy 15k with no keywords. Um
And then we got,
so it's just kind of bad because it's an extra card in your hand.
right, instead of a battle card combo. And then we
Hmm.
got a shoe, which is also pretty important for. Well, actually, I don't think it's as important for launch. It's nice. When your opponent's battle cards can powerless, KO it, then combo one red launch and you drop. So you can do the super rare or the um, 15K that plays itself.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
You can.
Cool. Red, done. PyCon.
Pretty cool, man.
PyCon. Bounce. So this is the magical flute deck. Um, it's actually just Gogeta in disguise. But them kicks though. Look at that kick.
Deck is
Ah,
bad.
yeah, you're the blue expert. I kind of like,
Okay.
it's
Oh,
Gogeta again.
so there's a couple things. There are like hints of a really good deck in there. Like really, like the 8-drop Gogeta is like Bandai really trying to be careful because they real goofed last time they made a big number Gogeta. Um, but the Pycon itself does get a good amount of value off of bouncing the 1-drop Pycons and then getting that free play 3-drop one. Pretty sure that's how that works. Um, and then it like lets you get a Gogeta in quickly. I think the strongest thing this deck could do would be to play blue good stuff, obviously, um, and be a slightly more consistent. How do I put this? You give up playing the best cards to play consistently good cards. Because of the way that your leader and your deck works, you'll be able to cycle more and you'll be able to see more cards. So that baby hatch is probably going to get seen every single game. Uh, and then you can consistently, for like 2 energy, basically, put out the 5-drop Gogeta from the starter deck.
It's a pretty good card
That
still.
card, that card's really good. Bottom deck 2 things, 25 double strike, draw 2.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's interesting deck. Then we got Janemba, which is for some reason we have aggro blue, vanilla support, right? Does he even care about vanillas at all?
Yeah, the engine does.
The engine
I
does,
don't
but
know if the later does.
So do you guys think that this leader is bad? Like the leader? Am
question
I
mark.
am I
Um,
crazy?
I feel like all of the Janemba stuff can be played with any other better leader. Probably not specifically Janemba. So I don't
That's
know.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
my thinking is that it can be played in anything. So why basically play a leader that kills your own energy and does whatever? Like I'm sure Dom's going to be on hit and my roommate Matt will be on Kid Coup.
You
Bergie's talking about Zamasu, set 10 Zamasu.
know, Masu, play with Zeno and get that energy out early. Do a bunch of stuff.
That would be pretty cool. I would be worried still because the Zamasu engine really relies on seeing a Zamasu one
Zeno.
drop very quickly and a Zeno very quickly. Um, Zeno is searchable. Zamasu is searchable, but the cards that search it only search for like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably consider something like Soul Striker over Zamasu, or
Might be too slow.
SS3.
yeah,
Soul Striker?
Well,
SS3 doesn't draw enough. You need to see more
yeah,
cards
that's
because
true.
you need to have because you're also going to pick up your own life too because of the combo attack Janemba.
Wait, were you
So
saying? Oh, from play it from your energy. Got it.
yeah, and so
Yeah.
that's my big problem is like, and the cards that are in the engine require you to have 3 or more energy. Bewitching, like the really good Janemba.
So
The
kind of like
like I said, the neat tech that I saw was using the old Goku Black leader to just get to 3 energy right away and go off.
I can see
I wonder
that.
where you saw that.
I don't know.
It was
Uh,
Crossworlds, Dom.
I didn't watch
Was
it.
that?
Joey put it out.
Good job,
Oh,
Joey.
I really.
Yeah,
Frieza and Cell. This SPR is really cool.
yeah, it is. Can we just go look at the SPR instead?
Yeah, yeah. Uh this is great. 2 cost blue. He has rejuvenate, remove 4 markers, and then the place to 1. So this is what this is the how the keyword of rejuvenate reads. and you have to remove 4 markers from it, which is a lot for blue. At least it's a
Mhm.
15k, but still it's a lot for blue
Mhm.
for only gaining +1 right here. Um, this is meant
So
for this one's meant for the Pycon, right?
Pycons.
All right, because if
Yep, to
when you
play the one
battle,
drops, and
yep.
then you swing, and then you bounce them and get effects.
Hmm.
But I just realized in the big brain that Vegito, set 2 Vegito, Rainbow Vegito, has been looking for a unison to have real counterplays, and this card lets you free play Gokus and Vegetas,
Oh,
and is a blue card to get counterplay Trunks.
you
That
remember?
seems pretty okay.
Weren't we also looking at this in the was it new announcer or old announcer? I think it was new announcer.
In the new announcer,
I came to you with
because
an idea about the bouncing the one cost battle cards like the Goku and
the pan.
the Pan. Yeah, because Pan bounces back to hand, which then would add a marker, right? Draw one card. No, choose a card,
You
draw a card.
basically just get you
Free.
basically filter,
Yeah, yeah, free filter.
and then you can play Dende is a really big one too.
That's right. That was the other one. It only could play
Repeatedly,
blue. That's right. Dendays and Pans.
pan.
Yeah, I thought that was fun.
Cool, cool.
Boo. That's for the Janimba. Play or just blue skillets in general.
This card is not very good.
It doesn't plus at all. It's still a 2. But it's a little ignore barrier, returns a card to hand, so it like gets rid of like a barrier, like a blocker maybe, like kills the defense. But and then free playing blue battle cards. Skillets is pretty fun, but eh.
Yeah,
Yep.
that plussing is real bad.
Uh, now we got the Goku and the
We
Vegetas.
should probably we should probably speed up a little bit here.
Yeah, they're all okay. They all have effects when you bounce them or if there's blue Pycon. Cause
Wait,
it's
wait, we got to stop on the crit.
uh, wait, which one's the crit? This one? Oh yeah, yeah,
Bandit, what's
yeah, yeah.
you
Yeah.
Bandit, what is
Yeah,
you doing? You picked some weird, awful names for a lot of these cards, and then for blue, you were like, all right, so you're gonna get the last double striker and crit, but we're gonna give you the best names at 5k with 2 characters that fuse.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, Bandai.
Thank you.
Goku for sure. Like, damn. Um, I'm trying to think. Do this doesn't like do anything. Nothing out of it's saying this card. A lot of keywords. Deflect Bear, Revenge Blocker, KOs, choose one of your blue energy, active mode. If only there's a way to play it out faster, I think this card would be great.
there's
I
some familial bonds or something for blue, but that'd be
exactly. If Child's Wish meta was back, like Gogeta ramp would have loved this. But yeah. All right. Super combo. 4 or less. That's a good name. Goten. Cool.
mm-hmm.
At 15k no less.
Yeah, that's really good. Vegeta. More Vegetas. Hey, cantrip, draw a card. Okay, cool. Lame. Doesn't have anything else with it. So this is basically set one Boo. Throwback.
Oh yeah,
But
Except
play
I think
card
it's
drop.
gonna be a little less viable.
probably
It's a different.
it's a different name, yeah. It's Vegeta. I think that's a little
Yeah,
better
but
than Boo.
I will say I think this is better in Vegito as a pretty solid
Um,
option solely because it's a Vegeta that doesn't rip a life when you play it for one.
Hmm.
It's a
mm-hmm.
draw. So
Yep.
if you like go into it after turn one, because right, turn 1 and 2 you want to rip your life, but then you need to like chill because you kill yourself really quickly.
Yep. So that's cool. Goten, the Trunks. Sorry, not Gotenks. Trunks is the Rejuvenate super combo. A little better in blue because
Good
they
name.
need it, but and now we're at the Gogeta. Double Strike Duel evolves over cost 5. It's nice. It's good. Super rare. It kills. kills things, you know.
It's
It
Um,
the not
it
so perfection or whatever.
yeah, this
Perfect
card
force.
needed. I would think it needs deflect.
right, or barrier, not both. We already went
I
through
don't
that.
I don't
Mhm.
think barrier because the whole point would be that Frieza couldn't kill it. At least like as they're designing cards right now.
Hmm.
Maybe future proofing or whatever. But the idea is that it's an 8 drop, so it gets around Frieza naturally. So deflect would have been the option. Um, but then a lot of the issue with Gogeta was that it just was straight uninteractable. So even the cards that went around barrier, other than Champa and Mutaito, couldn't do anything about it. And then when it was there, you couldn't remove it. There was just like nothing. But this card will just die to any card that says choose one, kill it.
Right. Barrier would be nice though if because of the second auto, it's at the end of it's every time at the end of your opponent's turn. If you have 6 or less cards, they just always stay at 3.
But I think that's why they need to not have barrier is that you give your opponent a turn to out it. Because as is, I mean, 30k dual double for effectively 4 total energy.
Oh, okay, fair. We just
Pretty good.
got yeah.
I guess
I,
there
It's
was an
just
attempt to balance it too by having you have 6 cards or fewer, so you're not like
yeah,
stacked with 15 cards in hand and your opponent has 3.
yeah, that's always fun.
yeah. What kind of dirty Surge coup player would do that? The worst.
All right, Demon Destroyer. This is the one that lets you actually play the secret rare from set 5, which is kind of cool, right?
Uh,
Hmm.
No, it's not this one. Is it this one?
Yeah,
Play an 8 drop.
lets you play an 8 drop.
The little page top was in my way. Yep,
Because the 8 drop has the ability to evolve for 2. But when I say 4, I'm referring to this one's ability to go for 3 and then for 1.
yep. Which is weird. It's not Union Fusion. It's just send a Goku and a Vegeta, cost a 1, bring your deck to your drop. So it's kind of like it's better, but
It's
it's interesting.
it's better and worse. It requires that you play very specific Gokus and Vegetas, which we're getting better ones by the day.
Hmm.
The 1 drop Gokus, right? We have Saiyan Bloodline as a straight tutor. You obviously have both the Self Awakeners, and then you have the new 10k ones from this archetype. But a lot of the best parts about Union Fusion in the past was how you could have 15Ks, 20Ks, 10Ks, 5Ks, 25Ks, whatever set of cards worked best in your deck was the ones that you would fuse with, as opposed to just whatever you have.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Remember, at all cost Vegeta plus UI Goku, hyper offense, hyper defense, fuse.
Fun times, fun
Was
times.
it like Path to Greatness and Exploiting Weakness?
Yeah, that was Path to Greatness was a really weird one because it was literally just there to fuse.
Yep.
That was the unfortunate thing because it was 19k, which is super weird.
Yeah. So,
Red and a yellow fusing the blue.
Right.
Balance.
You realize we have Burst. That's pretty fun to have back in the set, kind of like a homage to set 5. This Go Tanks though, pretty good.
Hmm.
Deflect, barrier, double strike, dang. Counters, you get the board wipe and restand 2. Like, gross.
Very good card.
mm-hmm.
And I
Kind
got.
of
I'm sorry.
fills the void of there's been Obuni and Murchim as like the 4 drop blue slot, so there's just another option there.
Yeah.
And all of them have merits. Like you can argue, like Murichim is the weakest for sure,
Mm-hmm.
but like he still does the most damage. Like when
Yeah,
he hits, he's 25 dual double. Like that is hard to ignore.
Yep.
yeah.
Pycons, they're cool. They help with the bursting and leader abilities. Okay, can I because I haven't looked too much into the blue, right? Because this just didn't do it for me. The bursting, why does that matter so much in this deck?
So that's what I was talking about with the filtering. One, it sets up like sparking effects, but a lot of cards pull from drop, or your leader is Yamcha, but it goes back on top of your deck. So you look for the top two for a mono blue card, and then you can either grab it or you then rearrange.
Mm, gotcha. So you filter more.
You filter faster, and then like the Gogeta said, the 5 drop, it's like if burst one, if the card you milled was a Gogeta with an energy cost of 8, you do that. And so that's where the extra card that we're about to get up to, which is draw 2 and then put 1 on top, basically a free filter. You look at 2, you put 1 down, and you spent the extra card in hand, and then it restands the energy it uses.
Gotcha. Interesting.
It's
Chinimbas. I'm
it's a
sorry.
little gimmicky, but it's fine.
Yeah. That SPR is really cool. This is probably gonna be really interesting to see in person.
This card's just nuts.
Yeah. Crit duel. Um, warps itself, so it's kind of like the Piccolo from Draft Box. But you get to play more skillless cards. Oh no, you play this card from your hand by bouncing a
Skillless.
skillless back to your hand.
And then it's crit duel. And then you can either bounce it back with combo attack,
Yeah, the anniversary
or
pack box to Nimba.
yep, yep, or you evolve it, or not evolve it, you Xeno it with the
Yeah,
ball,
you ball
Oh,
it.
yep. I forgot. Yep, we get the Xenoballs.
which
Mhm.
switches
The
it to active mode, by the way.
Of course, just like what they all do now.
And the skillless that you brought back to hand, you can pitch for the chilled greatest pirate. Just
True.
keep on.
It's like very Xenoboo feeling where you go into the 4 drop and then you can evolve into the bigger Xeno, but also has crit duel for 25 and draws 2 and switches to active
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Oh,
Janemba's gonna
okay.
be nasty.
Geneva Engine is super strong, and I think the best deck is going to be Hit.
Hit? Yeah.
I think Hit's going to be the best
Or you
version of
could
that deck.
hit with this, or you could even the new ultimate deck, Toa, this stuff too,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think Hit will just get more because there are more cards it
because
can take advantage of, and I'm sure
of the
because
vanilla.
I saw it. I know that Jake saw it too. Um, Mr. Joey made a great point. The leader is red, which means that you can play Bardock the Resolute. If
Oh
only you
yeah.
had a way. If only you had a way to consistently put out crits.
Yeah, yeah, okay. There's the ball. Does ball things. This is the one you're talking about, all right? Draw 2, and then
Yep.
House of Rejuvenates. Cool.
Yep.
This card's weird.
Right. Yeah.
That's just like
Yeah. It's
that's just
it.
like quickening.
It's it's quick. No. It's closer to like Baby's Blitzwave and Dawn of Evil. It's
Okay.
basically like it's a mini tutor. You do its effect, and then it has an effect in the drop area where it goes under a rejuvenate.
Cool. Slug. Hey, guess what? Our first 20k leader.
Can we just like ignore this archetype? I just don't care.
But a 20k. But you lose 5 on your opponent's turn, so like whatever. If your opponent has 7 fewer cards. Cool. I mean, okay, so
Was it
you get the
20k
what was it? What was that?
June? 20k leader almost? Use card
Almost.
attack. Get
I
plus
mean,
5 for the.
yeah, there's a lot of there's a few like that, but like this is like printed 20k.
Yeah, you're right.
But
I just
I get the archetype like wants your opponent to draw a lot of cards. So then if they have a lot of cards in hand, then this is 20k. So that gets they have to combo more to get over you to deal damage. But
Mm-hmm.
you're
yeah,
still
but
giving them a lot of
when
cards.
if you make them draw 3 in a turn and they have to combo 1,
Yeah,
that
not
still sounds like a +2.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know there's talks of the yellow. Me and Devin have been talking about this. Devin from our other videos is a big slug fan. We're talking about using the yellow slug to make your opponent not draw cards,
Mm.
but you still get to draw cards, so it's kind of weird.
Uh, Only on non-leader skills, so the leader swing will still trigger the draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard people trying to turn this into a mill deck as well, trying to get your opponent to draw a bunch of cards, but I think that's just not a good strategy because mill is getting from deck to drop. You're just giving them right into hand and so they can
Right.
use them.
I mean, at the very least, it's like filter. Like they
Yeah.
get to see it all. And then when the slug cards do make them get rid of it, like some are like draw, you both draw three, and at the end of your turn, your opponent bottom decks two or something like that. But that's just cycle. Like if they have to see specific cards to be chewed, they're just going to see those cards every time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's would be really nice in this archetype if they had a, but this kind of goes away from the whole like the ideal of the archetype. If there was a way to have a card that says maximum hand size is now 7 or something like that.
Like a permanent.
Yeah, like not like a floating one because those are bad for the game in general. But like one if
Hmm.
like a barrier card that just sits there like a 1-drop wings, like old wings, like a new one that's like hand size max is like 7 or 6. Then they draw a bunch of cards, and then end of the turn they have to like discard them. So that's gonna be like the mill.
It's still filter though,
You're right, right.
because they would never put that effect to like just one side. They would make it so it affects both players,
Hmm.
um, which is still kind of tough because green especially has like all the drop area effects.
Yeah,
So
they would like okay, end of turn I got 8 cards, discard Ribrianne, pass turn.
yeah, let's go to the cool green archetype.
Turles, our boy, he's not blue. I don't know why. I
I
kind of
also
know
don't know why.
why. It's just like the AOD was a big tease. I have been cool to see this blue, but he has a permanent where you just can't successor. Fair enough, right? We've seen
Hmm.
too much abuse of successor with Celzino, and this definitely is a deck that likes to swarm the board. So yeah. Also, we have special guest Jiren in the house now.
Sorry, I think my Discord
Yeah,
just restarted
all
for
good, all
some
good.
reason.
I've had that problem before. So, I mean, I just think this is a really unique deck. The Tree of Might is a really weird extra card, not field card.
Yep, not field card. Big
Um,
difference. OG
and then
Broly
it's,
cannot kill it, just so people know.
I think that the way that the deck functions is one of the most unique ways to not only kill your opponent, but also the advantage gained is like you play a lot of little battle cards, but they're just little battle cards. So they don't actually have much effect, but your certain cards in your deck can make them a threat.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Specifically, kind of
Yeah.
4-drop turtles.
Well, that card is bonkers, as is the one
Mm-hmm.
drop.
Yeah,
Both of the SRs are just super strong.
yeah. I did do a bit of turles testing, and like, yeah, you can put the 1-drop out very early, swing with it, and find through your deck a couple turles Crusher Corpse to combo out. But even then, like them being 3Ks, it's tough to like do damage with that 1-drop swing.
Hmm. Which is why I'm really concerned because I think this is the type of deck that like some matchups are just going to be way harder, and it's like if you have consistent wide board removal, like green is gonna like other green decks are just kind of gonna stomp Turles.
Mm-hmm.
Every card you play, dormant, shocking, my own battle cards KO, Frieza,
Yeah.
because Turles doesn't have a lot of the. I guess it has the hand control of green, but it doesn't have the traditional like one for oneing where you play a battle card and it KO something. That's green's like honestly its strongest identifier, and it just doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm. I guess talking specifically about the leader too, it's kind of neat that when the leader does damage, you get to tell your opponent which cards to take.
That was
I
really
don't know if
cool.
Series
that'll ever come up, but
counter trunks.
No, no, Jake, it comes up. You get to flip your opponent's
yeah,
life over.
yeah. But like, how relevant is it to like tell your opponent take this 5K over that 5K, like combo power or whatever?
Oh, it could be a
Um,
difference between a
just
negate and a
just
combo.
True.
just makes trunks less playable.
If you crit, You get to
No,
pick what the
Trunks
drop.
is
No,
yeah,
I meant picking your opponent's life. So if you crit them, you get to choose. So you play the Frieza, Surprise Attack Frieza. You get the crit, and then like, okay, discard your negate or your boss monster right there.
sure.
Yeah, that's pretty big
It
actually.
uh, I don't necessarily know if that's the case. I think it's just really silly that they made a deck that counters Trunks when they keep giving it support.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that too. Well, that's kind of like the whole theme of this set, and then it's not the first time Bandai's done that, where they had like burst come out as with mill, which is like my biggest pet peeve.
Well,
But
talking about this set, doesn't Yellow Frieza counter Turles?
yeah,
Because you
Yep.
can't flip life
yep,
from
only
non-yellow skills or
yep,
something.
correct. Um, First off, best SPR.
It's crazy good,
Oh
super
yeah.
unique.
That's sick. Rejuvenate. This is for Lord Slug, so it's pretty cool. I think it can only be played in Lord Slug, or does it not care? It doesn't care, but
Mono
It
green.
technically doesn't, but
you can play it for one. If you lose Mono Green, your opponent has 7 more cards in their hand. So like early game, you can play it for one, which is cool at 15k. But it only pluses one. If it was like plus two, it'd be kind of cooler. But Rejuvenate, so neat. Raditz. This card's great.
deck. Oh,
Green and
huh.
their stupid unisons. Flip one of your opponent's life. That's cool. Okay, plus one. You get to discard a card. Choose one card in your opponent's hand to discard a card, and you choose one card, and it gains critical for the turn.
Let me tell y'all about Dredge Coup. Clash Coup was kind of giving it a run for its money, but now this. Imagine all of the hand control of Dredge Coup, but with a critical leader.
Hmm.
It's kind of gross.
Well, I
And
guess.
a unison that doesn't just die right away. Bardock dies so fast.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess like thinking about it too, for the set, Turles being able to you pitch your fruit of the tree of might, and then your leader effect you can pick it back up, and now you've got a crit leader that you can swing for like 30 double crit if you have enough energy. But I don't think Turles will go that long as far as like to get
Yeah.
all the energy to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But something to think about.
Big swing sounds like green. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
-5. Your opponent just discards 3 cards.
Pretty
Like,
standard big minus on green cards now. There's Bio Broly, Vegeta, SS3. This, I think there's one more that's like they choose three. Oh, everybody's favorite card, SS3 Vegito.
oh yeah.
I will look at
Mm.
your life, pick one out, and then you drop three, please.
It's good unison. It's really good unison. Um, Lord Slug stuff. They just your opponent draws cards. Does he have 2 super rares? He got 2 super rares.
He did. And the five
Interesting.
drop's really good. I think the five drop is a super strong card.
Removes 2 markers from a
Um,
unison, and then if their opponent activate counter attack. 6 cards in a hand, discard the rest, and then you draw. Then you both draw one.
which is like I think it's better in non-slug decks, like because there's a lot of decks that just need your opponent to like chill out. And I think we might be heading back into a meta because multicolor generally is a slightly slower meta just because you literally lose basically your first turn. Um, so if we are heading back into a multicolor meta in set 13, as some people have predicted and Bandai's stuff is showing, um, this kind of card becomes really valuable in those metas where it's just slightly slower.
Yeah, because bigger hand sizes and stuff are just pretty general. Definitely if control decks and mid-range decks become more popular for slower meta.
All right, let's keep it moving. We still got two and a half more
Oh,
colors.
boom.
Yeah, geez.
Slug stuff. Neat. Vanillas are slugs. Look at this guy. We got a new dude in town. He gets 2 cards. Turles, the big one, deflect, critical, unique.
Card's nuts.
He is not a Turlecino.
He's not Turlesino. It has the little shocking bolts, but not Turlesino.
Yeah. It just means that there's one Turlecino that you can do with the balls right now. It's the 4-drop blocker. Isn't that
Mhm.
great?
He comes down for 2 if you have 3 or more in play. During your turn, they all gain 10k. All cards in your battle area, so not your leader. And then attacks, kills a battle card. Neat.
Mhm.
SPR, pretty sick.
It
There's,
it oof, I can't agree. This is Garlic Jr. vibes, bro.
but it's
Pretty
not
good.
as derpy as Garlic Jr.
I
It has
mean,
green text.
Yeah.
Why
it
are you
does
mad?
have green text, but that's just only Frieza that does has that problem.
Right, right. There's your 3-cost Xeno. Is this Xeno?
No,
No,
He is
wait.
not
this
Xeno.
one's super good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a
So
fruit
you
insane.
swing. Yeah, you swing with the 1-drop. You get 2 from your top of deck to combo with, and then you can play him for 1, or you can
This is
try and combo with stuff.
a 1 energy 15k deflect that gets to cycle 2 cards.
Mm-hmm. It's a good card.
Neat. It's super rare. You flip on your opponent's life, which is cool. And every time it attacks, you get to if your leader. Wait, when this card attacks,
Mm-hmm.
but you're meant to combo with cards when this one attacks.
Yeah,
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
it's super vulnerable on your opponent's turn, and then it just has the big problem of, well, I hope you hit the 5 cards.
Yeah. But you need to hit at least 2, so then you can play the 3-drop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true.
And to deal damage on the front side.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably gonna
Uh,
hit. These are nice. So these all have
But
the
you're forgetting that every time he swings, you combo with more of those, and all of the other stuff has you combo with all of them.
yeah. You
So
Yeah.
it becomes a my set 7 Zamasu issue, where over the course of the game, there's less and less targets, and so you become worse off because you just aren't able to use them anymore. You've run out of targets.
just
Mm-hmm.
run a TN and shuffle them back in your deck.
There
Oh
you
yeah,
go.
minus cards in hand. Good idea.
Yeah, that's fine. You're comboing
Well,
from you're comboing from your deck anyways.
yeah. That's the issue though, is like you need to run so many of the Turles Crusher Corps in your deck that's pretty much your whole deck. Like you can't really do the green staples like we were talking about earlier. Like you can't really put, a good green unison in there with Dormants and Cell Kamehamehas and Roshis, because you need to like have 40 Turles Crusher Corps in order to make your deck work in general.
Mhm.
Yeah, Archetype heavy decks they're still the theme right now.
Mm-hmm.
At least you get a super
Boo.
combo. That's
That's
pretty cool.
true. That you can hit
Yeah.
and then play it for free. Or
Nice.
combo it for not drawing it, kind of thing.
Yep.
And then this is helps you fill these. I heard these are the guys that like help you fill your board really quick because
Yep.
they
One
play
plays
each
the
other.
other.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Raisin and Lucasai. I can't talk right now.
Close
Xenoslug,
enough.
he
Whatever it is.
big, triple strike. That's cool. Finisher. Little Xenoslug, and then yeah, there's the six
Very
cost
odd that
evolve.
it's very odd that it's like an uncommon.
Which one? This
Put
one?
all this no the well, I guess
This one?
basically all the Xeno stuff. You would think that both of the characters got their base form as 2 SRs instead of like one base form SR and then one.
Oh, you mean like the Boo one? How had they have that
Yeah.
big SR? Yeah. Uh,
Like you
they're pretty cool.
it's you're supposed to win the game with your shiniest card, in my opinion, most of the time.
There's your might permanent. It goes on your opponent's side. Uh,
Four green Dark Dragon Balls. I hope the green players of the world, which is like kind of
it's
myself, are happy.
it's kind of weird because the AOD did the same thing where most of them are green also. That kind of just like fits with Um, Android 13 was green, Slug was green, and what was the third one? Who's the third one? It was just a two. It was just a two.
Broly?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Broly. Thank you.
Broly.
Broly was green. Yeah, I forgot because he only had the secret rare for a while. Um,
Yeah, but we really thought that Turles was going to be blue because of
that would have helped.
Blue Turles.
Blue Turles,
the blue Turles.
AOD, and then Xeno would
I
have been blue. But yeah, yeah. There's the fruit is really good. Plus 20k, double strike, gross.
Mm-hmm.
Whis,
Lelo.
Skillus. Okay.
This
Uh,
is like the most straightforward deck in.
yeah.
I guess Yellow Gohan is slightly more straightforward.
But this one's like a little easier even to play, I think, because it's just like you just keep playing 15k Skillus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Combo with it, play it. Combo
Yeah.
with it, play it.
Yeah.
and then you draw a card when you combo with a Skillless from the super rare. This archetype I am not personally super interested in, but I think it's very strong.
I
Yeah.
I agree. It was your god trait, which may or may not come up in the future. I guess it's nice Whis gets a leader, and it kind of it's thematic with him where he just like supports Goku and Vegeta and kind of
Mm-hmm.
stays out of it himself. There isn't really a Whis card that does a lot of battling in this archetype, so yeah,
Mhm.
it gets
The deck just
weird.
bleeds The deck just bleeds advantage is the big thing.
Yeah. Frieza is the other life flipping card. He starts at 5, but
Woo!
goes to 15. I also like his Cocoon Frieza. If all your life
Coolest.
is face up, you lose the game. This one is
Mm-hmm.
definitely one I want to try because it's so weird, and I really like weird decks. But it's also, yeah, it just seems extremely weird because you're like taking life to use effects, but then rejuvenating and then trying not to flip all your life and die.
This is going to be the most fun archetype, the whole set.
Probably.
So excited for this.
Because it's
Um,
also very thematic because this Frieza just got his new form. He's very strong, so it's gonna hopefully the deck's gonna be pretty strong. Just he runs out of steam really fast because he's not used to being powered up the whole time.
the decks the deck can't really go super duper long, um, because of the way that you gain advantage. It's you basically still have to crit a life, but really you just have to take a life because your opponent hits you already, to draw one. So it's maybe not built for like a turn 8, but I think like a turn 5, 6 strat. This is super strong. Maybe not super strong, but pretty strong.
Yep. Vados. You actually get the combo during this card's battle because you combo before your combo step. Neat.
Mm-hmm.
It's still good generically also. Ginyu, we'll just go right to SPR because it's cooler. I still wish it was the frog. That'd been great,
Oh, that would have been cool.
right?
Yeah.
Rejuvenate, remove 4 markers, and then the card underneath it. +1 still, but it's 2. It's eight, and
Yum
then
on yellow.
this is just the vanillas. So you got Goku vanilla, you'll get a Vegeta vanilla, and then they EX evolve for 1, get some effects, play up to like
Mm-hmm.
the other one. Gohan supports the
Tracksuit
Whis.
Gohan. Tracksuit Gohan.
Make Gohan great again.
Stalling
Uh,
for time.
yep, there's your vanilla Vegeta. Piccolo, so all the Z fighters are here, and they're just kind of like the support, generic support for the Yellow Beast deck. This one's just generic in general, it looks like. But yeah, negate it, play him in rest mode. That's pretty good. Successor decks might
It's
like that.
solid.
Blocker, there's yellow. We got Buff Roshi as a super combo. Hell yeah.
Very nice.
Another Bulma standing there. We saw this in the red set. Uh, Specific to Whis, so grabs the yellow cards, and then you get Beerus.
Absolutely crazy.
hmm
It's basically free filter and play a card.
Because is it 0 5K? Yeah, 0 5, choose 2 yellow battle cards, switch to active mode, +5. It's
Oh
it's
wow.
it's pretty aggro.
Hmm.
Super rare Whis, top 5, add a yellow skill list, or a unison of 2.
When
We
a
use
yellow skill is used in a combo, draw 1. Crazy, dude. That's
Yeah.
insane.
yeah, because the
And
leader
then
does
play
like
it.
the same thing, right? Yeah, draws
He plays
also.
it
No,
after.
he just
He just
plays
plays
it.
it. Yeah, so it's replaces itself now, and it's on the board. Great,
0 energy, 15k draw card.
insane. Frieza, this Frieza's huge. Double strike blocker. The blocker's nice because at this point you don't want to get hit anymore at all. Counterattack. Choose 2 of their cards. Switch from the rest mode.
I think this is my favorite card in the set. Might be a little preemptive on that, but I think this is like just beautiful.
Blocker
Um,
can't be removed by a player's skills, so basically has barrier, but better.
yeah, this card has to actually be killed, and it restands the turn you play it.
Yeah.
Like it's so strong. I think this card is super duper good.
The SPR. It didn't
Hmm.
get an SPR, sadly.
It did not get an SPR, but I do think the art's pretty okay.
Hmm.
It's got a nice like overarching angle,
You know what I
and it's zero
realized?
five k
That's
zero five
that's
k.
huge. You know what I realized? This
So
set is very like set 5 just redone. Like it's like all the same archetypes basically.
yeah.
Janimba,
Except you got dragons
Resurrection
Oh
F. The
man,
and a
dragons are
bunch of
just kind of
stuff.
thrown in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Instead of the GT stuff, they just did that and just did Turles.
Hmm.
Slug was set 4, but they're like, okay. That green is the only big difference. Red is
Yeah.
Earthling. Yeah, Dane's thinking. Look at him think hard. He sees
I'm
it
like
now.
And the wheel
doing
keeps
all the math in my
spinning.
head, seeing if it checks out. It
Black
mostly
was,
checks out.
yeah, black was Black Mass Sand, but now we have, we'll get the black like right
Go
now.
Hanks.
Go
True.
Hanks. Shroom and Salsa.
I was gonna
This,
ask with the Frieza, does that Frieza now fit into like just generic yellow good stuff, or is that
I think so. I
yeah?
personally think it should go in it too, but like it also depends on the style of your deck. So some decks can't afford to tap out at 5, like they don't have other forms of defense.
Hmm.
Um, but before the call, we were talking about how I think this will be in Mecha. And I think from there, you pick up a life, you use Nimbus, you use this card, you just kind of bonkers your way through the turn. And then you have 2 instances of a double striker that can't get removed.
Hmm.
And then obviously it's a 5-drop towards Legend.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking too, just because I am so hard into Jiren, like Jiren, you can just play this on 5 and then active battle, take a life, and say, "Okay, cool, my turn now." I'm gonna go ahead and swing with this Frieza here. So.
I'd prefer if you stopped right there and just didn't say another word.
Oh, sorry about that. Just thinking while it's here in front of me.
Yeah. That's pretty sick. Yeah, I would absolutely run that at like 2, just because
Hmm.
it's a way cheaper way to finish the game, especially because I guess absolute justice is turn 5, and then the
Yeah.
other one is turn 6, right?
Yep. But the absolute justice or what the 10 drop that becomes 5. If you have 5 on board, doesn't have any protection at all. No deflect, no barrier. But this has
Those
deflect.
that was Tournament Power.
Barrier was around.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Deflect was not yet around.
but there wasn't a lot of things
Yeah.
that touch it still at the time.
Yeah. And the issue with that or with playing it is usually you awaken around like turn 3, turn 4, and then you're taking your life of active battle. So then your opponent's turn is just over. They don't really have a whole lot of cards in rest mode for you to blow up, unless you kind of bait them into something.
Playing
But
or using their stuff. Yeah.
yeah. So a lot of times your turn 5 big old drop Jiren is like, okay, cool. You get 1 quad strike swing, but then you can successor it off for a Cell Xeno. But
Mm-hmm.
like this is still pretty good. You usually have like 7 cost on board anyway from all the 2 drops and 1 drops that you play. And now you have an actual threat of a 5 drop. Just thinking
That
out
is
loud.
also a blocker, and I just the once per turn is just insane, dude. So you
Mm-hmm.
keep their leader and an energy tapped, or like keep their leader and unison tapped, and then like their battle cards are just, oh, I'll just Nimbus.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna run out of cards so fast. They're not drawing from their leader or anything.
Yeah.
It becomes attrition.
And this, yeah, I am so excited.
Freeze
Cool,
support.
Black.
This is fun.
Let's talk about the fine deck that is super
Wait,
toxic.
dragons though. Dragons. Look at that
Oh
art.
my god,
Dragons.
dragons.
Yeah, gross.
Dragons are gross.
They have so much stuff now. They have bursts, so you can run 60 card deck and like don't care. I'm pretty sure that's why they have bursts on all these newer cards.
Yeah,
You can
it is the
pick
definition of a toolbox deck.
Yeah,
this
first
is
one.
you just get to do literally anything. And now because with Rage and Haze, you can just run a hyper aggro deck. What the heck, Bandai?
Right, and the new tournament power, not tournament power, TP, like
Yeah.
Yeah,
gross.
dude,
Tournament promo.
you just get to do anything you want with the
Oh,
deck, which is
hey,
like cool.
how about their own Oh, wait, that's right here. Their own bean.
Jeez.
This that wrong one. That's Burning Spin. You're thinking of the Dragon Thunder. There we go.
Dragon
Yeah,
Yeah.
this card is nuts, dude. The only way, I don't want to say the only way Blue was beating him before. Um, it was like the only deck that like when you resolved Obuni, you were like, okay, I'm gonna win now. Like all the other decks that have Obuni, they have like answers to it. Blue's got Bean, Green's got Dormant, yellow red can like minus stuff while also defending other attacks. And then Shadow Dragons is like, oh, I'll just one extra card. No energy. Fine.
Yeah, it's free. It's a free bean, right?
Yeah. Without paying its energy costs.
Mm-hmm. And just
And
negate
then
an
you
opponent's
also get
skill.
to and you get to
Yeah,
negate a skill. So you can
cool.
turn off Obuni's skill if they didn't use it.
Ugh. What a card. Is it a rare? Good. uh, this is it's interesting. All right,
Okay.
Goku, Frieza. Look at that. Boom, Gogeta. Boom. He's back. This is like what our third different version of Gogeta now.
I don't know, but he's super cool.
He looks like he has the same exact effects almost.
Yeah.
He sends to warp, so people remember that.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't really run the.
He he has the red effect when you activate Union Fusion, you draw one, which is good because Union Fusion is really taxing on hand. So that really helps with it not being so bad.
Well, plus this archetype, don't they Union Fuse from the warp to the drop?
They do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So in this case, basically every card that you play will replace itself.
Yeah.
But the cards themselves don't really have that many keywords, so like they aren't doing that much damage
Yeah,
or
it's like
pressure.
20k attackers.
It's the one drops that really do the damage.
Mhm.
Those one drops with Pycon can do like 25 crit for basically one energy and one card in life.
It's interesting. Then we got Shroom and Salsa. I think this is the big hype deck right now. Like,
I think this deck is fine, but it's super toxic. This is a terribly designed bleeder.
What's so wrong about it?
Well, the game is becoming more varied with drop area effects. And so they print. I felt like set 10 was a little bit too little, and then set 11 was a good amount of like drop area hate. This takes it to another level where if you want to play a deck based off drop area effects, your deck doesn't work. Which I don't think hard counter cards are a little easier to play around because you can do whatever, but you can't do anything about their leader.
Yeah.
If you're playing Dredge or even like Frieza, like imagine you bring Frieza, right? And they go swing, remove the Dodoria, swing, remove the Ribrian, remove the Roshi. There's
Goku
just
Ape.
nothing that Goku apes. There's just nothing you can do about this deck. And I think that's the big problem is that there isn't a counter to playing not getting those cards in there other than just hoping that you don't mill them, especially in like burst decks like Dredge Coup and Clash Coup.
Mm-hmm.
Or Gotenks, you don't really get a choice. If you want to advance your game state at all, you put your Trunks and Gotens in there.
Yeah, I do think the game needed more of you interacting with your opponent's drop area, like with the Toa cards and whatever else,
Mm-hmm.
so that you could be able to like shuffle things back in or stuff in and out. But yeah, now that you mention it, like having your leader card every swing that you attack with now interacts with your opponent's drop. That's like a little bit too much.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We needed something more than what we have, but being
The pendulum has swung the other way.
yeah, well, not even that. It's the fact that it's
You
this
are
leader is just
you are roboting, Dom.
oh
You are
no,
roboting like a madman. Oh, your my browser encountered a code.
oh no.
Are
Oh,
you still live?
I should be. Yeah, I'm still alive.
Okay.
I think you're good, Dom.
All right, all right. So I was saying um I don't like the fact that it's on a leader in general because now it's just only this deck. I liked it if it was like more generic battle cards, like a cycle or
Yeah.
something,
Mm-hmm.
instead of just on this leader. Because yeah, we can have more answers, but I'm not a big fan of the answer being a deck to counter another strategy.
Yeah, a whole deck.
That makes it very like we need to be less matchup dependent.
You guys remember Janemba?
Yeah,
I
fun
meant
time,
I remember Janemba.
fun times.
Um,
Mild number,
it's
right?
super. Yeah,
Yeah,
Milnemba.
yeah,
It's this is just not. And Bandai's been really good. They've had a lot of good design decisions in the last, you know, two-ish sets, three sets. I think they've made a couple of missteps. For the most part, they aren't breaking their game, though. I think this was a horribly designed leader in a not that good of a package. So we'll have to really see how it
right.
pans out.
I don't think this breaks the game. It just makes those matchups really bad, where we rather have more answers to those matchups. Like this will definitely be a pain in the butt for dragons to play into this. They're gonna lose their whole
Yeah,
drop. Where we wish we could have just had like generic two drops that like on swing remove two cards, because it's just gonna die in the next turn anyways.
is that's really what we're looking for is like in color answers or even just black cards that have answers. This was just not the way to go about it. So
Right.
let's get off of that. It
Woo.
free plays stuff, um, or not free plays. It light plays stuff, and it draws a couple extra cards. PyCon is super cool. I think this SPR is going to be gorgeous.
Yeah.
The jelly beans in the background, the
Yeah.
crystal jelly beans in the background.
Love it.
Um,
Do we have a rejuvenator? We do have a rejuvenator, right? There it is. Toa. We got a black rejuvenator. We gotta remove 5 markers though. If your life is 3 or less.
uh,
Go back
whew,
up to 4.
I get, yeah. I mean,
I just,
+1 is still plus
uh,
one, no matter when you get it.
yeah, I just don't know if Istoa has any purpose because Deborah is very clearly much better for shroomed,
Yeah.
and Toa isn't a 15k, so like it's not usable in an aggro deck.
Here, we'll call it now.
And then it
Meki Kabura leader set 13 right here.
Yeah.
Probably.
with the Toa,
Yeah.
that's fair.
But yeah, this guy's good. He definitely goes with the
Yeah,
shroom stuff, playing cards. Goku. So the theme with the Goku and Vegetas is that they are all one drops that gain 10k. Um,
a bunch of them gain 11 too.
yeah, this one gains 10 if your leader opponent adds a card from their deck to your hand using a non-leader skill. Like cool. So when would this come into effect?
Basically, if they draw a card, tutor a card, or cycle.
Oh, to the end of your next turn. Okay, I was thinking it's like the same turn. Never mind. That makes more
No,
sense. This one takes a life. We also have this
the
Gohanks package right? So, like this guy, yeah, gains 11. We have more Gohans. We have a generic super combo. Oh, wait. Back to Gohan real quick. Give me a second.
Is Dom big
He's a
brain?
10k, not a 15 like the other ones. Just so
Is
y'all
he?
know. Yep, he's a 10k.
Well, but I don't think Goku was either from the last set. I don't think he was a 15K. Because I think that's because they're black.
That's what I'm thinking too. A little balancing because they're generic, but it's still Black Leader Pacific, so I don't know. It's weird. Here's S3 Gogeta, your big boss. We have the Black Pacific Energy. Neat. You can union from your warp to drop. And
Hmm.
then he like unfuses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dom, you want to know something kind of neat, but not neat, but kind of broken?
Hit me with it.
Super Combo Vegeta is a 5K.
God dang it.
Yeah.
So your Vegeta, so your super combo is part of your whole strategy. Neat. But you gotta get him to the warp, but you just overwhelm like once or twice. I don't think you even
I
run
mean,
overwhelm. I don't even know.
your leader puts 5 cards to the warp or 3 cards to the warp a turn, so
Yeah, so
they'll
yeah, I
get
think
there.
it's milled. That Esper is pretty sick. Nah, yeah,
I think it's great.
yeah,
It's kind of stupid, but it's great because there's no keywords. That's the big thing is that there's just no keywords. Barrier is cool, but this is the kind of card that really needed like double strike.
right.
Something useful.
Because all he really
Because
does
how do you,
is you fuse for one. If your opponent has two more
he's a
energies, he comes out early, but then you get like two more cards out. But usually if they're one cost, they're not going to be big.
yeah, and
So,
so that's where it's like that's what the leader is trying to the leader and Pycon try to make them 15K.
mhm.
Um, and so it's like 15. You basically in a good in a perfect world, you get a 15K double, a 15K crit, and a 20K single for one. But that's if you see the right cards on the right spots and do
Yeah.
whatever. Or for
More
two, sorry, not
fusion.
for one.
We got Gohanks. Gohanks doesn't have any of the fusion stuff. Is he technically a Patara fusion or he's a
He is
dance?
a
He's a
Patara.
dance. No, he's a dance. He has the goat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yep.
you're right.
Yep.
Okay, so he's a dance,
But he doesn't
but
have Union
he
Fusion anywhere.
yeah, he basically is like
Like
a
an
Patara.
activate main.
You can
Mechanic
send
wise,
one
he's like a
Gohan and
Patara.
one Trunks, from your drop to your warp. Play this card. I think they both have that. Active Man, yeah. From deck or drop. Can't activate. Wait. Sorry.
From your drop to your warp.
Oh, he unfuses also. There it is. I was reading
Yep.
this one. Yep. So that's weird. This guy, Hashiback players are happy for this dude. The
No.
Dark Mask King,
No.
aren't
Oh, the
they?
Dark Mask King.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're cool about that, but realistically, it's just you have to. I think it's a better sideboard card because your opponent has to have 10 or more cards in the warp, which is
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Some more
There's some decks
shrooms.
that
kind
overwhelm.
of hard, to do.
Unless your opponent overwhelms on you, but yeah. That's fair point. Or you just play it for 6. It's Hatchiak, so they get there.
Well, they just play for 4 because it has the active main. If they have if your opponent has 3 or more in their warp,
Oh yeah, wait, you need 10 cards in their work for? Oh, this one.
the restand effect.
Yeah, but just like a cool triple strike is really nice. They don't really have that in Hatchiak. Tutor
You're right. They have a
15.
triple attack.
Yep, exactly. This Meki is pretty decent, I believe. Was he just searches for stuff, right?
Yeah, he free plays stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Salsa, shroom, sorry, vanilla shroom,
I think we're almost at
salsa.
the end. We can just quick touch these secret rares.
Where they at? PyCon.
Oh
So,
yeah.
Dane, you got your aggressive secret rare finally for blue.
I sure did. Too bad it came after. came after Baby Hatch, and so whatever they print now doesn't matter.
Mhm.
This card is like if they just reversed them, like if they had come out with this first,
Mhm.
it would have made a little more sense. And then it's like, okay, but now we've seen this, or if this card had like a keyword or ignored barrier on its effect, but it doesn't. So yeah,
Ultimate double strike duel.
it can win the game, but it really just needs a form of protection or a to bounce battle cards ignoring barrier. So that way you could actually use it defensively.
Mhm.
Man, I'm just moving a whole lot.
I think it's pretty neat. We'll see. I know, like, we know Hatchiak, Baby Hatchiak is a powerhouse just because of what it does in a game. But I
Yeah,
guess a lot of people don't because that card dropped under $100 somehow. It's like the cheapest SCR in the set.
it's like 90 right now.
Dane is just like hating life right now.
He is frozen.
I think we lost him. Did we lose
Is
him?
he okay on your
I can
screen,
hear him.
Jake?
I can hear you, but you are frozen.
Yeah, we're all still moving.
Who-
We'll just keep going.
Yeah,
Boo, Xeno Boo, Janimba absorbed. No, wait, not Janimba absorbed. No, it is Janimba absorbed.
it is. Yeah,
Yep,
because it's the one that you can do the combo attack Janemba and bring it back to
yep,
hand.
because he's evil incarnate.
Yep,
We have a counter, or
in
yeah,
green.
well, counter attack.
Yeah,
If a card other than your leader cards in battle negates the counter attack skill, play this card. And he is double strike. And it costs how much? 3?
green.
Yeah.
Interesting that it's a counter for specifically not your leader card, so you can't go like all in on a turtle swing.
Now Dane's back.
There he is.
He's on his phone.
This is not my phone. I don't know what happened, but
All good. We're almost done. So we're just talking
Yeah,
about the counterattack for 3. Pretty good. Also, if your leader's Dark Demon Realm, so mono green or the Migra or
Toa.
Toa Meki Gabora. Toa and Toa Meki Gabora, both Toa leaders can
Yeah.
play it. It does not get reduced to 2 in Toa because it looks at original costs of 9 or less. So you all know. I had to correct quite a few people already about that in our chats.
so green has everything, huh?
Yeah, basically. Green's best better.
Everything. Counter, best killer in the game. Versatile, kill anything, and then
Floodgates.
best well for SCRs, and
Oh,
then
SRs, yeah.
gain advantage off of your big dudes dying by playing a I'm going to kill you now 40k dual double. Cool. Cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool, cool.
And then we got a floodgate for black, or basically a floodgate for everybody. Not as strong as Hashi, which doesn't just end the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Almost ends the turn. If you have 3 more energy, play this card from your hand. Can't attack with leader cards or units for the rest of the turn. So that's pretty fun versus Gohan. But go wide decks
Yeah,
doesn't stop them. And it's active battle, so you can't use it like a counter if they already swung with their leader.
this just gives Gogeta and Black Smoke run for their money as far as generic SCR to run, which I think is really cool that they all perform very different functions.
Yeah, this board
And so
wiping's
like
great.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have really cool options. I really appreciate that Bandai is giving us something like this.
Yeah.
Plus, the card's gonna look so good, like
Yeah.
super good.
Yeah.
Like
And another
not
waifu
not
card.
horny on main, not horny on main. It's just gonna look really good.
I agree.
Fair enough.
So that's the main set. Uh, honestly, yeah, I'm still I'll be with Dane in the boat. It's like the set as a whole might not be as strong. There's some fun stuff. We can go to just glance the promos quick.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of the promos are really worth mentioning.
No, but we just go buy them
The
quick.
triple strike Shinsha stupid.
Mega
Why?
Frieza, that's a thing.
Why would Bandai make that?
That's gonna be a dude.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mecha Frieza is.
honestly, it's the promos that are doing better for the set than the set itself, I think. Because they get the Mecha Frieza and the Mecha Cooler, Meta Cooler. I don't know why nothing wants to load right now.
Um,
Um, the
I mean,
set,
there's. I don't think you're actually going to end up using the meta cooler. I think it's a solid idea, and like it might see play, but it's just a little late to be starting to get its effect because it's a you know you need to get it immediately on play, and I think Bergamo might be better for the deck.
Yeah. We just get
Otherwise,
advantage from Mecha and Metacooler working together. Just
speaking,
adding
yes,
markers.
yeah. Speaking of Bergamo, he also got a revival reprint leader.
I mean
Um,
he needed it, but I don't think his stuff is good enough.
no, it'll be fun for sure because Universe 9 has no specific cost, and those decks are always really fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But this is definitely gonna be you're gonna play more yellow cards because those are a lot of those are the 2 or less costs, which is
Yeah.
what a lot of this leader does is cost 2 or less Universe 9s.
Yeah. I think it's a lot of lockdown that you can do, but then like how do you win
Right,
past the lockdown?
PyCon,
Pycon?
PyCon. No, I don't know.
Okay.
But you're not
Oh,
charging for blues.
probably not. But my boy, the announcer,
Oh.
hell yeah.
It's all for you.
This is what I've been waiting for. I have my master collection of World Martial Arts is almost done. I just put it all in a binder now too, so it looks great. You actually can use every card in the World Martial Arts -1. You still can't use Moon Kamehameha because it
It
requires
requires.
Jackie Chun.
I mean, same with uh, feet
Oh yeah, sorry, feet. That.
and the oob.
Oh, okay, a lot of the extra cards you can't. You can use all the battle cards now though. Sorry, but you can use the super rares. Like right now, there's a lot of use of blue green. The Pan draws a lot of cards. It's a lot of value, and the Tien and General Tao, yeah, Tao, blowing up your opponent's hand, and then the Piccolo Kami doing the same thing. This is great. I love it. Can't use
Dane, you're
the
muted.
boys.
Dane, you're muted.
Why you muted, Dane?
It's Biotown.
Bio
Tau.
BioTow? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Biotau.
yeah, BioTow. And I'm excited to see with the evolution booster more world martial arts support. Definitely with the TN leader. If they're gonna print more cards for that, that'd be really cool.
I don't know if this is super viable, but it is definitely super cool, and I think it puts announcer in a much better spot than it was in, which
Yeah.
I think is the purpose of these.
You
But
don't you
let's
don't have to
uh,
rely on the red cards anymore or the boys, the
so,
juniors.
yeah, so let's roundtable this now. These cards and the next one we're gonna look at, the next two or whatever, that is why rotation is not coming.
Okay.
I was all on
Okay.
board. I
Yeah.
was like, oh no, UW04. But then I really thought about it. I'm like, wait, but they're reprinting all these cards that would have exactly zero effect in
A
the
rotation.
game in a rotation.
Let's say print them all, which would be crazy. This is the premium pack card, by the way. Everyone's still at this point. You're gonna have a lot of these, so you know what it does. Yeah, I guess.
It's I'm not saying for certain that it will or won't happen. There's a lot of arguments and evidence for both. I personally just don't think it's going to happen, and I think this is proper, especially like the King Vegeta one.
Mm-hmm.
Like, come on, that's a new starter deck that is like still on store shelves.
Yeah, it's at 7
Like,
starter. It's like a year old, but yeah, this helps it a lot. This is insane. Plus, can we appreciate field cards being sideways? I wish they just do that for all field cards.
did you
Yeah,
guys know about how you tap these cards?
yeah, you have to
Upside
flip it
down.
upside down.
That's so funny.
It's gonna
Yeah,
be
and
weird.
then it already raised a bunch of questions of like, well, what if it's my energy? And it's like, wow, typically we didn't read kind of thing. So
Yeah, let's
yeah.
actually think about it. There's the one with the cost. It'll be upside down, and then you tap it like normal. If it's an
Mm-hmm.
energy, It's an energy. It's not this card at all. Wow,
Yep.
energy area. Don't mix up your areas. Combo area is
That's
its own thing.
you're
Yeah,
asking a lot.
I know, but that's what people need to know.
Okay.
These cards are great and help their leaders like really well. Like this is insane that you just could play a 6 cost for 3.
More insane is the auto because of the Paragus one drop. The
Yes.
sacrifice. Whew.
Yeah, active card drop.
You know about that combo, right, Dom?
Green bully. When this card placed in your drop in your battle area.
Oh wow.
Oh, because Paragus can hit this card too?
Yeah, so Paragus can pick one card in your battle area, place it in the drop, draw a card, and then this card gets played again. That is a 0 or a 1 energy draw card every turn. It is Frost Before the Storm without any of the energy sync.
Ew.
And it
Okay.
draws the first turn it's played.
Yep. Yep. Okay. I see it. I see it. Green bully. Great. Our buddy Nick, I sent him this and he's like, he can't wait to play. So we'll see him back
Return of
hopefully
the
soon.
King should have had the Android 21
Yes.
tag.
Ignore energy exhausting King Vegeta. That'd be amazing.
The deck is already really far behind because it cannot run non-Saiyan cards. And I know that doesn't sound like a big deal, but right now, our meta has green and red unisons, and of course, that is an Earthling and an Alien. Frieza Clan, whatever you want to call it.
Yep. But this card helps the deck awaken actually at a good pace and not get hosed for not having it because you can run 8 copies of Planet Vegeta now or King Vegeta's Dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
TPs, neat. This is your killer Piccolo Jr. instead of the super rare drop box. She's good. There's the winter form. Dane's new favorite toy right now. The Trunks deck. Hey, did you know
I didn't.
you can play the floodgate with this auto? This one right here, this +1. You get the +1 and play a floodgate because he goes to 2 if you have a blue unison.
Or he goes to 1.
Goes to 1, sorry.
You can
But
play Heroic Prospect off of this. That's
yeah,
so good.
just so y'all
Because
know.
and then you can play the one drop that fixes your life and is a blocker, or you can play the 4 drop that's actually a 2 drop that will draw you a card at the end of your opponent's turn and then is a super big threat.
Fun stuff. Fun stuff.
Trunks is looking kind of real. So excited to bring it to a tournament and play a Turles and fold.
Maybe. The Trunks toolbox. You run like a lot. All Trunks cards is great.
It's and then you run Mai, which is really funny. Mai and Bulma.
Yeah, his his ladies. We got a Vegeta Goku finally, like in the same card, but it's not BR. It's also a 1 cost counter that plays itself in rest mode. So Vegito starter deck that uses the Gogeta Unison and the SS3. You don't lose a life if they don't kill this. Also, Vegito set 2. You're welcome. This is what you always
Card
wanted.
is so good. Card is so good.
Yeah, I don't know. Pretty good, and it has a winner form with Vegeta as the main dude more, so that's great. What do you think,
Cool
Jake?
card. Yeah, yeah. And Vegito, I was building a no damage Vegito deck earlier today, actually. Just trying to figure it out because like there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can play, you know, smaller scenes in rest mode, and then kind of cheese out, no damage. But the toughest part, which has always been the toughest part, is to keep your unisons alive. There's no pluses on those SS3 or Gogeta, so you play it for 2 and then it just dies right away. So
Right, but
that's the tough part.
now you got a negate.
Yep.
Neat.
Negate's gonna be good. In Vegito, you got all of your like little 1 drop blockers that can hopefully protect your thing. It's just you have to try to make it to a later state of the game, which I don't know. I mean, Vegito can do that. It's just the whole cheese of no damage is
A little gimmicky.
tougher. Yeah, a little cheesy.
Damn. This Veku, you know what? I think there's just gonna be a day where this is gonna like be a thing, but like it's so weird. You can't combo it.
Just swapping it.
You,
Yeah.
It
you have to
costs
play it with
5.
5.
You can cheat it out with
The-
chain attack, but that's all I can think of right now. I think there has to be more ways to cheat this out, but I can't think
I
right
don't
now.
know.
No.
At the start
Cheat
or
out
end
of
of your
5
turn,
drop
your opponent
down.
gains control of this card. So if there's something that if you want your opponent to have it, you can do it at the start of your turn, and then they can just do the same thing at the start of their turn, flip it over. If you could cheat these out and get like all 4 out, and then give them all to your opponent, and then you can quad strike green Goku draft box 3.
There you go.
I don't know.
Sure.
Actually, your opponent has to play battle cards, so you only need like 1 or 2 that gets them to 4. Be like, sucks to suck.
Hmm.
Only 1 blue specific cost, so like you could just do like a blue
All right,
green.
can we move off of this card? Let's just
One day
go.
it'll be broken. It's just not anytime
Just
soon.
imagine your locals doesn't get enough tournament support. Like you barely get these, and you open that.
So,
Yay!
Sure. All
Cool,
right.
cool.
Janimba extra card.
You want to talk about that one quick? Plus
Um,
15 and
I
play it
just
at
think
2 costs.
it costs 2, so it's not good.
It
The
costs
slug
3.
stuff is really good in slug, but slug sucks in my opinion. So who cares?
Surprise attack and Gila. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Go away, blue. And then this freeze is great. Okay, this is what are we in? This is still tournament pack. This freeze is very good, I think.
4 markers.
hmm and then we get 15k Vegeta, a Whis. This guy, this man is stupid. Also, you guys realize that Omega Shenron is still just Sin Shenron, so you can
Is
evolve
it
over that.
is it
Yeah,
is it
character.
just the Shinshin run
It's
right
character Sin
now?
Shenron.
they don't count.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
I think they're all like that. I didn't double check, but let's see. You play him for 1, and he has triple strike,
Cool.
and you draw a card when you play this card. Neat.
It's not cool.
Because he also is key. Oh no, can you send non-sins for the super rare or any shadow dragon? I forget. If you can send this guy, he gain sin from the set gains triple strike. If not, you get to play a triple strike and just like try to end the game. You can't get the 6.
Not going to
Neat.
talk about the 0-5, huh? I'm just going to ignore that. And then
Oh, it is
it's
0-5.
playable off of the leader skill because it doesn't specify energy costs.
It's unique.
Cool.
You only get 1, but still, yep, great. This Nova's pretty good too. Play another ice.
I
You get the play numbers really fast for Celzino. Yay. And then this winter card, pretty good.
I think we're kind of done with the promos. They boost the deck. They're like not as good as they could have been. Um, I
It's
think what's way more important to talk about is the ban list because I honestly think the ban list has a larger effect on the meta than the
yeah.
whole
There's
set
there's
does.
also the ultimate deck, but it's basically just AOD 2.0, I think.
I agree. It'll
It's
have
the
its
same exact thing where it has multiple color cards of bad guys in different forms. This card's insane. Yu-Gi-Oh players know Trishula. This is basically Trishula. It does
Mm.
a lot. Look at this text. This is a Yu-Gi-Oh card. This is the only reason you'd run the deck. Rest of it's really
I
fun.
think that card is just better in Dark Broly anyway.
Can you run in Dark Broly? It just evolves,
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Okay, yep.
treat it as yeah.
Yep. Card's insane.
All right.
This deck also gets better in set 13, so we'll see. Ban
Uh,
list. I can just pull it up, I think. Let's see.
pull it. Yeah, you can.
Well, before you get into that, I do have to bow out here.
Yeah, we
I'm at my time limit.
all good.
I don't
That's
want
a,
to mess up your stream layout if I just hop off.
no. You can go ahead and dip. I think Dom and I can handle ban
Sure.
list in
Yeah,
its own
go for it.
video.
Yeah. So I think we'll just stop there. We'll do ban list later. Thank you all for watching. If you stuck through the almost 2 hours of solid content, because there's a lot of content.